Hi, hello, I'm Chrissy, and welcome back to my channel. Boo.
Big stretch. You always have to stretch before drawing. It's an intense, practice. And we're starting off stream really good with me putting a cough drop in my mouth. That'll be great for the listeners. It's that or a cough. So, sorry if you can if I sound weird. Hey Fizz! Today's stream focus is doing the Vile White stage that I have on my shop, because I think we all can agree that Ferb is owed some of the McQueen prizes that Ferb was going to be given and that I need to finish. So that's what we're gonna do. After that, I have some of Katie's slime characters pulled up in my Discord, so then we are going to do some for Katie. If I get a commission for it in the middle of stream, then we won't move on to Katie's, but the chances of that are probably low. So we're gonna do some for Katie because I want things from Katie. Let me do something real quick. How are you doing, Fizz, by the way? I didn't ask. I'm good. I should be studying for an exam. Ooh, what exam? Toy House is fighting me right now. It won't let me open. Is Toy House down? I literally just opened Toy House not 2 seconds ago, but 2 minutes ago. It's about literature and stuff. Alright, well. Do that, and then I'll pin it. Forgot I can do that. This is already lined here, but I don't like how it's lined, so I might reline it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Let me just check on my audio balance before I actually get into things. How does that sound? That sounds okay. If I start to mumble and talk really quietly, just let me know. I can even move my mic closer if I wanted to. I also have the sniffles. I can't apologize for it because I'm not really sorry about my response to being on this earth. All right. Toy House is down, OMG. Is it really? Toy House is this, like a habit of, oh, no wait, okay, well, just in that second, it's no longer, down. Cause I just opened it. Yay, it's back. There was a server error. That happens to Toy House a lot. Okay, there's absolutely no way that the size of brush I used was 22. It's just no way. Hearing my little intro, my little stream starting soon screen, it really makes me realize I need to download some more Paper Mario soundtracks so then I can play it during stream so then I can listen to it and thrive. I just haven't found the time to do so, nor have I really remembered to do so. I'm currently trying, I don't know, a new little like goal format, because this is gonna sound like really, really dumb, but I'm going to say it purely for the Chrissies out there. I love the FNAF Security Breach song. I was playing Security Breach music the other stream. That one I really like. Maybe I'll play it after this one that's playing through. But I was watching a video and they're like, if you're someone who likes to plan but you fail a lot, which I do. I fail a lot on things, but it's because I try many times. And usually when 2026 rolls around, I like to figure out what I want to do for each month, like pick a goal. And I've realized that doing things over the period of a really span of 12 months is difficult. And kind of just shooting myself in the foot because you have to have the biggest strength and willpower to be able to continue to do something for a total of 12 months. That's a long time. So someone was just like, yeah, just what I like to do is try, because my OCD likes the number I don't know. My brain likes the a week is 7 days, a year has 12 months in it, and like I like using the specific numbers that correlate with like time and things. So I was like, well, for just a week, I was like, let me write out just some small goals so then I'm not doing it for over the 12 months. And I'm like, why don't I do weekly things instead of trying to like write out the whole like 12 months thing. I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know why I didn't think I'm doing that sooner. So I'm trying something new, and I'll let you know if it succeeds. Cause I wanted to, last year I wanted to increase my video output on YouTube by, like, I wanted to double the amount. I need to take this cough drop out of my mouth. It's bothering me so badly, but it's helping me not to cough. All right. I wanted to increase my video, production. I wanted to double it. 2024, I did about, and I'm not going to give you the exact number because I don't know it off the top of my head, but it was somewhere in the 60s. I think it was 62, 61. 2025, I did, like, the last time I counted it up, I completed like 58, and I was so annoyed because I was like, not only did I not do my goal, I did less than what I did in 2024. So I was trying to say, well, each 12 months I need to do this many videos in a month. And it would always be so many, so overwhelming. And when I thought about it, let's say I wanted to do 2 videos a week. That's 8 videos in a month. Okay, that's on like face value, thinking of it in the span of a whole month, that's quite a bit. And I would try to think of each 8 videos all at once. And I was like, I don't need to do that. And the problem with thinking about it all at once is the fact of there's not really any space in between to just rest my brain. So I decided, I was like, there's a better way I could increase production time for my videos. And, the only setback is that they probably won't be posted on specific days or specific times. Probably. Maybe I will be able to do that. I don't know. Because sometimes I can kind of like my sketchbook. I like working on 2 pages at once. I like flipping between the projects, and sometimes I can do 2 videos at once because while something it may need to take some time to finish, I can focus on a different one and manage them both. Hey Ferb, we're working on your vial, YCH. I hope you're excited finally. I'm rambling about my schedule. Yay! He's gonna look so good. I don't know, so the only downfall to me focusing on it like on a week by week basis without making sure I upload on specific times is that posting times won't be consistent. I'm working on 3 dino masks right now. My hands are covered in paint. Oof. That's the joy in painting. Two are mine, the others for my sister. That's sweet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna reline this. I so badly want my list of art ode to just be finished. Does any, I feel like, I don't know, as someone, as an artiste, I can't work on, I can work on things that are my own personal projects, but when I owe people art, I can't completely enjoy them because I have things stuck in the back of my head like, you need to finish this for this person, they hate you right now. And I'm like, that's not helpful. I should do a let's chat video about planning goals as an artist. I like that idea. I should write that down. For my birthday, I'm gonna go crazy and drag my friends to a rock museum. I have no response to that. I tried to think of a joke, but then my brain I couldn't think of literally anything. Had to mention it because I'm excited. I'm happy you're excited. I don't know, I'd find that pretty interesting. I'd take a sketchbook with me. Mira, do you hear the plane? Oh my gosh, someone's landing a plane on my house, apparently. All right. Wait, that means your birthday's coming up recent, right? Katie's the one who has, like, people's birthdays written down. I don't. February 3rd? I need to ask Katie if she's that written down. Because usually when it's someone's birthday in the Discord, we will make like a little announcement for that person and then send some of their characters in and remind everybody to like do art for that person. And the Discord server is usually like really nice about it. Usually people do draw things. Yeah, we try to do it. Oh, I know Katie tries to do it more than me because she remembers that kind of stuff. And I have poo brain, so. I think Katie also remembers it more because she's just relatively quick with art, so that's something she's pretty, you know, willing to do, like spend an hour in her day to do. Because she has the speed. The next time I have the guinea pigs cage clean, I'm setting up a guinea pig stream. I should do that. I have 2 cameras I have now. You guys think if I draw Katie art, she'll draw me art? Y'all want to hear a funny thing that happened the other day? Sunday we were at Saturday we were at church, and my church has my dad holds a men's prayer breakfast, so the men of the church, they gather and they have breakfast and they pray. You know, it's really all in the title. But he doesn't like having my brother go and help him because he's not a good helper. He's those kind of people that you have to like keep telling them what to do, or they'll just stand there and do nothing and just keep talking, and you're like, do something. You're here to help, not stand there. So having me and Katie is just much better, and he prefers it. So me and Katie like to go and help and cook, and after that we're kind of just like on our own for like 2 hours to piddle, do whatever we want. Sometimes we will practice some music, sing, Katie will play piano, and then, you know, sometimes after we'll like they have a whiteboard, so I'll grab like a marker and I'll doodle. My Discord notifications are killing me. I know it's you, Ferb, and I appreciate you, but you're so loud in my ears. Oh, your masks look so cool, though. Okay, anyway. Sorry, it's fine. But, I grabbed a whiteboard and a marker, and I asked Katie to tell me to name off some of her characters, and I draw them by memory. So I was sitting there drawing her characters by memory, and like I know like a surprising amount of Katie's characters. Like I remember them fairly well, considering some of them I only see like offhanded like once or just like very few times. Like I know her OG characters fairly well because I've drawn a majority of them. Not a lot, but you know. And I'll like I'll remember like ref sheets she's done. and I was sitting there drawing the characters from memory, and Katie took pictures of them on her phone. Some of them were bad, some of them were better than others. Well, I can't even draw my own characters from memory. I like doing that. I think it's fun, and also it's funny when you don't remember what a character looks like. I'm not great at it, but you know. I tend to remember things in colors. So sometimes that really doesn't help me when it's like I can recognize a character, but I can only remember its colors. And then not its like features. And I was drawing characters from memory, and I'm like, Katie, you can draw mine from memory too, and we can like do it at the same time. And she was like, no. I was like, why not? And she was like, cause I won't remember your characters. And then she goes, and then a little bit later, I was like, why won't you? Because I'd gotten her to draw one, and that was Cherry, and I only said Cherry because I knew she'd recognize it because she just really likes Cherry. And she was like, she pretty much was like laughing. She's like, because your characters aren't memorable. And I was just like, that's so mean. But I keep trying to get her to play that game with me, and she just refuses because she doesn't remember. And I'm like, that's the fun of it. So I'm gonna do a stream where I draw Katie's characters from memory. Just because I think it'd be fun, but also I thought it'd be like interesting if I could see about editing the stream into a video for my extras or main. I don't know. I don't think it'll be good enough for main, but I don't know, just for funsies. That would be fun. It would. And maybe I could convince Katie to try and draw some of my characters. I just get way more invested in Katie's characters than she does in mine. Like, I will listen to a song and be like, oh, this fits Katie's character so much, and I'll like send it to her and add it to her playlist. But like, Katie doesn't do that with my characters. She doesn't... I don't know. And then she always tells me like, well, none of them are finished. And I'm like, but there are some that are finished. And she's like, none of them are rough sheets. I'm like, yeah, but there are. And I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. And she's like, well, you don't talk about them, so like I wouldn't know. And I'm like, because you won't spend 5 minutes listening to me about it. I'm like, the minute I start talking about my stuff, you tell me to shut up. She doesn't do it in a mean way. It's just if she tells me she's not interested, and then I'm not gonna sit there and badger her over it. Yeah, I remember a little bit ago I was telling her about my zombie character Ruby. And a part of her history is that she's a zombie, and a part of the zombies' history in a part of the world where my characters live is that the like zombie race as like the undead were used as like basically slaves, which is crazy to just audibly say, but like if you read it, you would be like, oh, okay. But I told Katie that, and she was like, what are you talking about? That is not part of your thing. And I'm like, it is. She's like, why didn't I know this? And I was like, cause you don't listen and you don't want to listen, so I don't tell you about it. Or like how, she probably actually knows this. I was gonna say Aurora is located in like a snow village, and there are like locations for my characters and like backstories. She just sits there with like a little Pikachu face. I'm trying to at least do like one stream every week where I work on like OICH or something from my Ko-fi or shop. So that's what this is. And also for Furb. I'm so into zombie OCs right now and other spooky ones. I love zombie characters. Not all of mine have references. They need references, but I have my spider zombie Mayflower. I love her. I think she's the only one of my zombies that has like a reference sheet. I actually plan on making a zombie OC for Plants vs. Zombies. Iconic? In a proper reference for him, because there's only one drawing and no name or lore. Yep, that sounds like me too. Except mine have lore. And I have a zombie character named Vixen, and on Toy House she only has one drawing, but like I've drawn her in my sketchbook many a time. And she's in a like animation meme that's just not on Toy House. I've been obsessed with Plants vs. Zombies for the past few months. I don't know why. I have heard of that. I don't exactly know what it is. But I'm also free to ask. Hold on, I really should pull up a picture or Cody's toy house here. Me looking for Furb in my Discord and then seeing Ozzy. I'm like, who's Ozzy? You know what? I'm gonna line this, but I'm gonna go back through and color the line, so. Come on. Just like I was talking about how Katie, where I'm like, I'm interested in something, and then Katie's like, I actually don't want to hear it, so don't tell her. Me right now with what you guys are telling me. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, guys, I wonder who is Ozzy. He sure sounds like a cool guy. He does. The great and powerful Ozzy. Sometimes I call my cat Bubba the Great and Powerful Oz. Because me and Katie were talking about, I have like a blue gingham dress, and then like red shoes and brown hair, and I can like braid into 2 braids, and I was like, I really want to dress up as Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. And then I have pictures taken with Weeby and Wooly, which is my guinea pigs, and me and Katie were trying to come up with which of our pets would be what characters. My bestie's nickname for me is Oz. It just makes sense. It just does. My arms are so dry. I think it's some lotion. It's killing me. I had like a decent sized breakfast yesterday. Or yesterday, yeah. This morning was yesterday. No, this morning. So I was like, I hope I'll be good. I am not gonna be hungry during streaming. I had such a yummy avocado, you guys. Oh my gosh. Love avocado. It was super yummy. I just scooped that sucker out and I put salt and pepper on it and I said, ooh. It was a huge avocado too, like bigger than my hand. I have small hands, but that's big for an avocado. Should I make a ref for my zombie boy? You absolutely should. When am I supposed to draw you on your birthday? How can I draw your zombie boy if I don't have a reference? Not the dramatic cut of the music. Whoa, I hear a follow. Electro Girl, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I don't know why, but that username, I feel like I've seen that username before. Even though I'm pretty sure I haven't. To be fair, to be honest, all usernames blur together for me. My cat is screaming again in the other room. You know what my cat does, Bubba? We have our couch in front of some windows, and the windowsills make it so we can't push the couch exactly flush to the wall. So there's this like a little space where he crawls back to, and then he uses his nails and scratches up the back of the couch. But when he's back there, he like screams because he just, for some reason, he thinks he's in a completely different realm when he's behind the couch. So he thinks that he can scream as much as he wants, and I'm like, dude. It's like, that's not how it works. You know what I need to do for stream? I need to do a making emotes stream. I wrote that down. That's gonna be something that happens. I just, you know, I gotta let it simmer. Like, I let it cook. Next stream, I'm gonna, did you hear my hand pop? I'm gonna be, this is gonna sound a little odd. I'm gonna be drawing chickens. There's this lady at my church. She writes stories based on the chickens she owns. And they're like really cute and sweet. She asked me and Katie to draw some art for it. And I told her we could like animate, I say in like quotation marks, because it is animation, but like not the most complicated animation. I'm not sure what we'll do yet. Probably like tweening, so. But I have to make reference sheets for the chickens, and I have to have that done by Wednesday, and I was like, let me do that for her stream. So then I commit to it. So if you see me drawing chickens and you're like, what? That's why. I've already done like a few test ref sheets of just drawing the like different breeds of chickens, but I get to move into the fun part where I get to like incorporate like personality into them, so that'll be fun. I'm supposed to have a meeting with her on Wednesday. I don't know if you guys ever interact with a lot of people who maybe want you to draw something but aren't artists themselves or don't know the process of, you know, what goes into like projects like these. Because I was constantly, oh, tell me about it. I just, bless their hearts, truly. Just, it's so frustrating. And it's happened to me where it's like majority of them are old people. And this lady at my church, I don't get me wrong, guys. I love her to bits and pieces. But it's very obvious that she doesn't know a whole lot, and she's like, I don't know, this is why I'm asking you girls to do it, which is completely fine. But I would sit there and be like, now this is what you need to do, because you want this goal, these are the steps you're gonna do it. And I told her, I was like, you want me and Katie to personify your chickens in some way. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but, and draw them. I was like, you need to write out little biographies of it. And the thing is, she writes the stories, so we want to be able to record her reading out her story and then animate it. And I told her, I was like, you need to write the biographies out in a way that the chickens are like speaking about themselves. And then she goes, oh, that's a good idea. And then a little bit later, she's like, oh, but what if we write the biographies like the chickens are reading it? And I was like, that's a good idea. How about you do that? Thank you you coming up with that in that minute. I was just she's done that so many times where like I will tell her the week prior what to do, and this is the idea and this is what we're going with, and then the next week she says the same thing as if I didn't already cover it last week. And I was like, Just silence. I was like, okay, let me repeat this. I love her though, she's so sweet. I'm a little worried about it, but it's alright. She's not paying me and Katie or anything, which is completely fine to me, but I told her, I was like, if this is something you want me and Katie to do, on a consistent basis, I'm not gonna, like, be able to just do that for free. 'Cause it, like, right now, it'll be 6, I think it's like 6 chicken little characters for ref sheets I have to do. And if you don't know my Ko-fi shop, my simple, actually I can just look it up right now. My Ko-fi shop or on my toy house, both are the same. Yeah, my simple ref sheets go for $35. That's the simple ones. And I have to do 6 of them. And this isn't like you giving me existing art of the character and I make a ref sheet. This is I'm designing the character for you based on a description you're giving me, which is relatively harder because sometimes you don't know exactly what the person wants. So it's like a you know, test and trial by error kind of thing. And not only is it I'm doing 6 character reference sheet, but all the art I do is then doubled because Katie's also making her own versions of those things. So she's getting 2 times the art. And I want to be able to support someone else who I feel is wanting to be creative. That's like one of my biggest goals in life, is if someone is sitting there and they are wanting to do a creative project and they're reaching out to me to do it, I want to say yes, because I want them to be able to achieve what they want to be creatively fulfilled by. So as long as usually they keep communicating with me, then I will help them. I've had it a lot of people where they're like, hey, can you help me with this or do this? And then I'll start it and then they'll just stop talking about it. And if you ask me to do something and then you stop talking to me about it, I'm not talking about commissions. I'm talking about personal projects that like maybe my friends have come up to me and asked me to do. And if you just mention it to me and I start it and then you never bring it back up, I'm not going to waste my time. So I do it for people who are very passionate and intrigued of the idea that they do have. Like I'm not gonna like beg for you to just let me help you. That's I hate people like that. And I need to have a chat with her about it because I'm going to be designing these characters and then they're going to be put into a story, like an animated kind of story way. And if you're not paying me, you're not getting full ownership of the character. Like if this character is being designed by me, you're not paying me and I'm helping you with a personal project, you're not fully owning the character. Now, this is an old lady. She probably doesn't really understand the fact that, you know, the stuff around character design and art. Not that I'm saying, like, something about copyright is gonna come up. It's not. But what I really don't want happening is, she's an old lady. And she has a lot of friends and she has kids, and what I don't want happening is she writes these stories. Me and Katie actually end up being a big part in it, which I'm hoping, you know, fingers crossed it'll work out and we can continue to help her. What I don't want happening is I draw this art and then my art is spread in places I don't want it to, and then I'm not getting credit, and then things are not professionally done in the way I want it to. You know what I mean? And we haven't talked about it yet, but she did text me being like, hey, I want to like make a Facebook page. And I'm like, that's great. I'm like, we talked about doing a social media page for her, and this is gonna sound maybe bad, maybe not, I don't know, but my personal thing is I don't wanna, when someone comes and asks me for my help, I don't want to be in charge of it, but I don't want to just do exactly what you're telling me. Like, I want to give input, and I want to be able to help make changes, and if you're asking me for help and then, you know, turning around and you're asking me as a professional artist my opinion, and then turning around and taking opinions of people who aren't professional artists and making their opinions higher than mine, it's like, why are you asking me? So I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point. I just know that a lot of the people, when I work with a lot of people, they're getting ideas from like their friends and family on what they should do, and I'm like, but they don't know. If they haven't had experience in this certain thing, I'm like, maybe with just, you know, knowledge based, maybe they do know, but, you know, don't sit there and keep asking people different questions who are coming up with like completely different answers about something they don't know about. I mean, that's just crazy. What am I hearing? Are you making noises? I don't know. I'm hoping when I meet with her Wednesday, it'll go well. Let me check my phone real quick. I just got a comment on my, have you guys seen my loser animation meme? I just got a comment on it. That was my first ever meme. I posted, oh my gosh. I posted it 4 years ago. It'll be 5 soon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, someone commented saying they love the art, but it would fit with a better song that person did, and my brain is like, they can think that, but I'm gonna disagree. Because if I drew to an animation meme that has a specific song, then that animation's gonna fit that song no matter what perfectly, because that's the song that inspired me for it. I mean, probably, if you want to think about it story-wise and it fits a different song, then go ahead, but, you know. To my... It's like, when you listen to a song and you think of a specific character based off it, there are thousands of other songs that may fit that character, but because you're like, sentimental and emotionally attached to this one specific one, because that's what like helped pave that character's design, then yeah. We're done. I get to make meatloaf later, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it. I think I hear Katie. I don't know if it was Katie. I think she just walked upstairs. I have Brussels sprouts that I can pop into the oven. I might do... I don't know. Usually I make mashed potatoes with meatloaf, but girl, I don't want to. Plus Katie is always like, they're not as, cause like I cannot be asked to like get out the hand blender and like make sure they're super smooth. I just get like the metal masher that we have and smush them, and like they're kind of lumpy, but like potato wedges. I love potato wedges. I've never made potato wedges. I'm not the potato girl in the household. Katie is. Like Katie, she doesn't cook a lot, but she likes doing a lot of potato side dishes while I'm working on like cooking stuff. So that's usually Katie's area. So I have not ever made potato wedges because Katie usually makes like mashed potatoes and some other stuff. But I love potato wedges. If you have a recipe, send it in the Discord. I should ask Katara if she has a recipe for potato wedges. That girl has recipes for everything. But I have like a huge like pound of ground beef in our fridge, and I need something to do with it, and the only thing I can think of is meatloaf because I've been making it a lot recently because it's so yummy. I don't have a recipe, but I love them with rosemary. That does sound really good. I have asparagus too. The thing is if I don't have like... If it was just me and Katie, I could just do like meatloaf and Brussels sprouts and be like super happy. But my mom gets really upset when there isn't... First of all, she like... feels like there needs to be like 10 sides, and you don't need that. Like, honestly. And I know she'd be annoyed if I didn't like add a starch somewhere in there, because that's the things that she usually likes the most. But honestly, I don't care. She could be mad. I'll see if Katie wants to make potatoes and that stuff. But she's got to make it, Katie has to make it so difficult because I'll sit there and be working on like the food and they'll call her down and be like, hey, you want to go work on potatoes? And then OMG ad jump scare. Yeah, one went off. They go off like every hour maybe? Everyone chat's screaming about ads. I'm trying to find an emoji to respond on. I'm just not gonna. That is so funny. I'm just gonna stop talking until they're back. Not that anything I had to say was important. Oh, my eyes kind of hurt. What are you doing, eyes? I actually wore makeup yesterday. It was my normal look. The ads are over. Congratulations, y'all survived. Sorry, they go off like every hour. I don't remember what I was talking about. Potatoes? We were talking about potatoes. Yeah, I'm gonna see if she'll make some. Taters. I know. Yeah, whenever I ask Katie to do it, she used to make it the most difficult process ever. Because I'll be, like, let's say, like, I'll be making meatloaf. And I'll call her down and be like, hey, can you come down and make your potatoes? And then she's like, do you have them boiling? I'm like, no. I'm making meatloaf. In the process of putting my meat and loaf together. And she'd be like, well, I'm not coming down until they're done. Like, and I'm like, you can't, like, do the... You can't come down here and put it together yourself and then walk away? And she's like, you're down there, why don't you do it? I'm like, oh my gosh. What if she's out there? Is she there? I don't honestly care if she hears me. I tell her this all the time. I'm cooking a pizza right now. Ooh. She's right behind me, isn't she? Can you imagine? Ooh, stuffed crust. She gets kind of mad when I talk about her. For stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know why it's the truth, girl. I'm like, are you upset that it's the truth? Huh? She might be able to hear me on. She might have my stream open. I should fry some eggs and make a sandwich for dinner. Oh, I love egg sandwiches. Good old tomato in there, a little bit of mayonnaise, some lettuce. Sometimes, if I'm, you know, feeling dangerous, I put cucumber on the sandwich. I eat cucumber a lot on sandwiches. Isn't it yummy? Usually when I have tomato sandwiches, I'll put some cucumber on there. Let's switch to our, hold on, actually. I want to figure out where my FNAF, there we go. Turn that up a little bit. Let me know if that's too loud. Do 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 boop 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 boop. All right. Oh, I hit 50 followers. That's so cool. Nice, thank you. I'm 50 followers rich. Excuse me. Wooly, there you are, honey. Are you feeling okay? Hey, you're really eepy today. You okay? I gave you guys hay and you didn't come out. You okay? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna spot clean your cage later. Yeah, I am. Oh god, he's so cute. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. He's so cute. I had him on my desk the other day. I grabbed a pillow and a blanket and I picked him because he was laying there sleeping and he was making little like noises and I didn't like those noises at all. They're like I didn't like them. They were making me worried, so I picked him up and put him on my desk and then he was just chill. So I'm gonna pick him up again later. I really haven't taught the guinea pigs like lap time because I don't really have a lot of time where I'm just like sitting there not working or like drawing or editing or not moving my hands, and I kind of like need space. I can't just like sit there with a guinea pig in my lap because first of all, if I'm having a guinea pig on my lap, specifically my guinea pigs, they need my full focus because I have this fear that they're just gonna freak out and jump out of my lap and really hurt themselves. So I just don't have lap time. I get joy out of like the little like at the end of the day when it's like veggie time and I get to go get veggies and then bring it back and like give it to them, feed them, and you know, all that fun stuff. But I mean, they literally are right behind me. I don't need to pull them out of their cage in order to hang out with them. Wooly will like come over to behind my chair and then sleep right behind me, so, and sometimes I'll like reach down and be like, hey buddy, how you doing? I feel like this music really fits this YCH. Yeah. Ooh, I should get the picture I took of him the other day. It's on my phone. I don't know. Do I have a thing where I can plug my phone in? Maybe not. Maybe I'll show it on next stream. Oh, you know what? I actually don't want to reline this. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Alright, hold on. Let me erase this. Because then the colors will be off, and I don't want that. Oh, this one's different. My guy has so many stitches I might go nuts. Well, that's part of being a zombie. Some of them at least. Come on. Oh yeah, I also need to make a security breach OC. Can we make one together? I really want to too. Honestly, I already have a character of mine that I could turn into one. And she's kind of inspired by Glamour of Chica. My character Chi-Chi. I was like... There's a universe in which this exists in FNAF. Seeing her design, other people might not agree with that, but could turn my fursona into one, but I did also try to make a snow leopard one at some point. Ooh. I think, isn't there a snow leopard? Or maybe it's just a white tiger in Secret of the Mimic. Like the mascot looks like a white cat with stripes. It's not an animatronic, but... I have no clue. You should look into that. Actually, I could probably just pull a picture. You don't know much about the other FNAF games? Fair enough. You don't have to know all of them in order to... That's an unpopular opinion. You don't need to, you know every single thing about every FNAF game ever to enjoy FNAF. Thank you. Mimic, white cat. Oh, its name is Tiger Rock. It's a tiger. Okay, never mind. Here, I'll show you. I so agree that applies to every fandom. He looks like this. It's a white tiger. OMG cute. I know, he's pretty cute. Alright, let me... do 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 do. On my toy house, do I like to be consistent with what the people get for I try to be. It doesn't happen all the time because sometimes it just can't, but okay, Cody does already have one on there. Good. Oh, I need to sneeze. I sneezed. Okay, time for color. That'll need to be fixed. There aren't too many colors, so, you know, not many ways I can mess this up, but, you know, you never know with Chrissy. You know, Fizz, I really, I suggest Secret of the Mimic to you. I think you'd find it really cool. Gotta watch a Let's Play. I watched Markiplier play it, and I didn't love it, and that's only one reason, is because I feel like he just missed a bunch of stuff. Like at one point, you're running away from, or like trying to escape, I think it's like down a tunnel and you fall and you're facing the doorway, but if you turn around and look up, the huge, I don't know, it's not an animatronic, but I'm saying animatronic because it's FNAF game. The huge like character that was chasing you, and he's like hanging like down the ceiling, and I'm like, Mark, just turn around and you'll see it, and he never does. And I'm like, how do you miss that stuff? Oh, it annoyed me. And he only went through one ending, which is fine. The man was making a movie, it didn't really matter, but I hate when that happens. I know. I liked watching it. I was a bit annoyed though afterwards, because I still had questions that weren't answered about the game. Like, Mark's funny, but I was like, okay, he must have like missed something, because like there's clearly once I get this colored, it's pretty much done. Then we can move on to a different one. My Wooly went back to sleep. I'm definitely gonna have him out later and give him a treat myself, because he hasn't really eaten much today that I've seen. I've only been in my room for an hour, 30 minutes, you know what I mean? So. And sometimes they don't wake up early because they're tired. I remember watching Dawes Games, is that how you say it? Dawes Games play almost all the FNAF games. He only played 2 nights of Sister Location and hasn't posted any more of it since. That's hilarious. Wait, are these two different colors? For why? Why? This color is anywhere on the reference. You guys know how I feel about that. It was 9 years ago too. He has had plenty of time to fix his wrongdoings. Verb, can you tell me what the color of his back is? I have the front here, but like I need to know the back. Is it just like solid red or? Just the red, yes, and the gray is there too. Same pattern as the front. So... The white and yellow bits aren't there though? How dare you lead me astray? Hey, Baff. Okay. Oh, I guess this is a light gray. And then like sorry if I'm completely missing the plot here. I don't really think I understand, to be honest. OMG, best song. I know, right? Do, 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 do. Fizz, have you seen my security breach speed draws I did? They might be labeled as speed paints, I don't remember. I think they are Speedpaints. I did Glam Rock Chica, Freddie, and Monty. I never drew Roxanne. My zombie boy is gonna be a nightmare when it comes to colors. Sorry in advance. It's okay. No, I know what you mean. How dare you? You guys know how I feel about your color choices. I usually don't say any, like when I'm drawing somebody's character, I usually try not to say anything about their design, because truly, like, you have your character however you want. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, it's not my character. Don't really matter. But I will admit that sometimes the process in which coloring some things for some people in the Discord, I'm like, you guys. My music stopped on my part. There we go. I mean it with love, though, whenever I do. Oop. I just think a lot of you guys are so talented in the art styles that you have, and when I see someone making like really very simple color mistakes, I want to see growth. I'm like, you can do better. I'm like, be smart. You're so smart. Be smart. I'm just like, I don't know. Not that every drawing has to be, like, amazing. I'm so bad with colors, honestly, like cohesion. If you want an example, sorry Ferb, I'm using your character for this. This is just an example. I'm not that these colors are bad. Even though I was complaining about them a second ago. If you see a color palette, maybe like this character's, and you want the colors to be like a little bit more cohesive. I actually like these colors for Cody because I like that they're bold, and it reminds me of the color choices like actual Furby character, like Furbies were made with. So, but if we were to be like, I actually don't want these to be super you know, different in the way they are, you could take a color and then just use the blending tool and just kind of like lay it over. See how like this looks a little more cohesive? And like this, see this one, it adds a cool tone over all the characters, all the colors, and then that kind of makes your brain think it's a little more together. See, and this makes it a little bit warmer. You know? You can always do that. And then there's Cody the way he is. Beautiful, look at that face. Ferb, I'm picking on your character as example. I mean no harm by this. This is just a personal pet peeve of mine. Is things like this. Why? Why so many colors that are so close together? That are all like, they're like just pick one. And then like these two light grays. This one goes to that one, and this one's just like a white. Why not just pick the light gray? Nuh-uh. And then like this red color. I like this red color. It's only in one spot. I don't mind having this many color choices, but if it was evenly distributed, like my brain wouldn't be like, you know? That's just how I feel about color. It happens with everybody's characters they send to me, to be honest. Okay, I'm not just faking on Ferb. Ferb's like, how dare you? Anyway. Sorry, Ferb. Ferb's like, I'm never commissioning you. This is why I try to do like less colors, because it's just easier for people to draw the character if there's less. I mean, even I tend to get picked on for, sometimes I just love the chaos. What if I just purposely made a character with the most annoying color palette? Yeah, but then that character's design purpose would be to be the most annoying color palette. You know what I mean? Therefore, I'd like the character. But Cody Martin's purpose is not to annoy me. What a guy. See, I get like I get feedback from you guys, not maybe you two specifically, but I've definitely heard where people are like, because sometimes, I think I mentioned once, I was like, you guys are giving Katie so much fan art, and I'm sitting here being like, why are my characters, are they not good enough? As like a joke. And the people came back at me and were like, yeah, but your characters are so complicated. And then some of y'all be sending in characters that are more complicated than mine. And I'm like, what do you mean? This music is making me so nostalgic for Security Breach when it only came out 3 years ago. I know, dude. Don't tell me it only came out 3 years ago. Is that new? What's new? What was I talking about? OMG, it's that new. Oh, security breach. Duh. My brain not understanding the English language. You think it's older than that? I could have sworn I was watching it in high school. Well, I don't know. I'm not looking it up, so. I genuinely have a question for the people who like to draw in Katie's Points shop. What about her characters do you like really like? Because I like drawing Katie's characters too, to be honest. But like, what when you think of like Katie's characters, what like comes to mind? Because I too have a fascination with them. Colorful. Okay, okay, They are really colorful. I'm staring at Spoon right now, and she has, I think, a total of 6 different colors, but 3 of them are shades of green and 2 are shades of purple, and white doesn't count. White counts, but if you're talking about like highlights, then no, it doesn't. But yes and no, I said. For me, it just depends. But I don't really use the color white. 6, like that's a pretty like that's a good range of colors is 6. And for me personally, Katie painted me. Oh, I saw the sketch of Kate. It looked really cute. I think I like the unique color palettes. I don't know how to explain it. And clowns, cows, and stuff. You like the like specific species that she may have. She has like a range of almost like every character. Oh, thank you. I'm working on a collab right now, but I'm shading everyone right now. It's just taking forever because I can't do anything simple. Me, I get that. You can ask Katie. She's like, Chrissy makes everything like as difficult as possible for herself, and I'm like, I do. This is good. I saw your drawing of Kate, and I looked at it, and I mean this in an endearing way, because I've had to draw my character, because I drew my character with one eye for a very long time, and I looked at the sketch and I was like, ah yes, the wonderful sketching process of drawing one character with just one eye showing and not drawing both eyes in. I could just tell when you drew that. That's what happened, and it made me chuckle because I draw both eyes for my character now. It just made me laugh. I loved it though. OMG, I had to refresh the page because it started lagging. Wait, what just happened? What happened? Nothing happened on my end. Did you miss what I said? Am I still here? I didn't like drop any frames or anything. Are we okay? Everything's good now, but I did miss some. Oh. Lagged out? That's so weird. My connections is excellent, so I don't know. It was the FNAF music. They said it was too much. Well, I don't remember what I was talking about. You just started repeating the stuff you just said, so I got confused. Oh, really? Wait, that's weird. I didn't like, did I repeat? Maybe my microphone just... Wait, that wasn't intentional? Like, the stream got set back to a timestamp and kept going. That's so weird. I mean, I do repeat a lot when I'm talking sometimes, but I didn't think I was. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask your guys' opinion. Well, more specifically Ferbs, because this is Ferbs character, but... Which do you like, Ferb? Or anyone, I don't care. 1 or 2? I think I like 1 best, but you can be the deciding factor. Since you're here, I might as well ask. 1 or 2? One? I'm thinking 1 too. Yeah, I liked 1 at first. I wanted to make sure that that's what we wanted to go with. Almost done with my ref. Yay! I'm excited. Well, I'm gonna quickly go run to the restroom. So I'll be right back. But I'm gonna run an ad now so that it doesn't cut me out when I'm talking later. So I'll just be a couple minutes. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, BRB. All right, I'm back. I think it bugged out for me again. Are you serious? It's not on my end. Like, literally nothing's happening. Here, I'll listen to the output for a little bit. You know, I remember, I thought I heard Katie earlier. I must not have, because she would have bothered me about lunch, to be completely honest. Oops. My guy has 9 colors in just his skin and hair. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna say anything. I'll just keep my mouth shut. I can feel your disappointment. Well, if the colors are distributed at least evenly, I won't be as disappointed. But I don't know, there are good character designs that have many colors. I question why y'all would put yourself through that. I mean, the characters I have that have a lot of colors, I guess, for Aurora example, is because I've had her for like a really long time, and I don't want to take away from what she originally was. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 colors. And they're like in like a good range. The only thing that I keep trying to do is find a yellow that fits her top shirt here with the hue and her tail, but I have never been successful. I feel like Aurora is one of those good examples of characters that while she has this oh my god, her hair color is not on there because she's 11. While her hair color isn't anywhere else in the design, her hair is supposed to be like a dark brown to match my, you know, my artist character me. So there's like reasons for that. You know? And the extra characters that are there are complementary of each other. So. Meet moot. To be honest, I used to do the same thing, so that's why I guess I am always like, don't do it. Because I still have characters I haven't changed that colors need to be changed because they're just way too many. Oh, when I gave up, I gave Wooly a treat. I did see Wooly drink water earlier, so I think he's just extra tired. Sent the ref to Discord. I'm on my way. Okay, this I don't mind. I don't mind near as much. I hate the shorts. I mean that in the most loving way. Can I show it on screen? They're just as ugly on these. Don't worry. The only reason I really like the skin. This is a good example of a lot of colors, but because they're spread out, you know, it's good. This is another thing that I don't love. I'm picking on you because I love you, and I want you to see why and what my brain thinks. I like these pastel colors, and pastels are so hard to work with because the problem with pastels is they're so very similar in tone value, and that's why his colors can look a little flat because they're all the same tone value, and tone value pretty much means they're all the same grays. Like, they're not a ton of difference, and which, if that's what you want to go for, that's completely fine. But that's another thing that drives me nuts. But he's a cutie. I actually, I like that his hair is this brown. I wish his undies were the brown color. Then it would sit a little less. He's cute. Hey, buddy. Ha. His two-toned color eyelashes are so cute, too. The purpose of the undies is just modesty, not like design. Fair enough. It's good. It's really good. I don't wanna... Don't let my Chrissy, judgment make you feel bad. It's really cute. It's a really good character. Thank you. You're welcome. Also, I went to art school. I can take criticism. Okay, good. I don't like giving criticism to people who didn't ask for it, but like also I really can't keep my mouth shut. Like I really can't sometimes. Like if I get to know someone enough and then I'm like, I don't think this will bother them too much. And I appreciate it even, well, good. I too appreciate criticism on my art. I appreciate criticism when it comes from a place of respect. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, I would rather work with an artist that has a lower skill level than mine, or maybe is newer to being an artist, than someone who is extremely not extremely professional, but like a professional artist who has really great art, but they're disrespectful. I won't do it. Plus, I think your art style is so cute. That's my favorite thing about your art style. I mean things in like a respectful, loving way, but the way in which I speak things is not very loving. Because I'm a business lady. I get to the point. Thank you. You're welcome. Honestly, I'm not perfect. I've made a few character redesigns that were like, I don't know if that's good. Or like in the moment, I knew I could do better. You know? That's happened to me a few times. It's like when I'm talking to Katie and she shows me art, she would rather me say something during the process than at the end when she can't change it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes she'll show me a sketch and maybe something about like the proportion of something is too big, and then I'll think, oh no, Katie will just she'll just change that when she gets into the line art. She's smart enough to figure that out, or she probably already knows that, so I just don't mention it. And then she gets to the line art and she didn't fix it, and I was like, oh well, this is too big. And she's like, why didn't you tell me that? And I'm just like, I thought you'd know. And then she wants to hit me. Because actually sometimes I would tell Katie and be like, hey, this is off, and she's like, oh, I know, I'm gonna fix it when I do the line art. I'm like, oh, okay. So then sometimes I'll think, oh, she knows that. Because sometimes she'll like be like, I know, you don't need to tell me that. And then when I don't say it, she's like, what the heck? And I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. And then straight up, there's like criticism that I'll give Katie that she just doesn't agree with. Just hands down. And that's fine. But I'd rather say it than not say it. Because I feel like the worst thing that can happen as an artist in receiving someone else's opinion is that you stay fully grounded in your opinion and perspective. Like if I looked at Cody Martin right here and I said, you know, Cody Martin is real cool, but he should be pink. That's nice and fun and all, but I'm sure Ferb's like, no, I like the red, and I'm gonna stand on the stance that Cody Martin looks better in red. You know, that just solidifies the artist's view. I think if people thought about criticism that way, they wouldn't be near as upset. Hearing someone say my OC's full name is so funny for no reason. Cody Martin. This is Cody Martin. Dr. Cody Martin. Will the real Cody Martin please stand up? You're welcome for that. Government name and everything. You know it. I think this is done, to be quite frank with you. Hold on, let me look over the colors, because I swear I saw some stuff earlier that was a little off and I didn't love. Wally is still not eating out. He's not eating hay, and that's really making me upset, because Weeby's eating hay and he's not eating hay. Hold on. Cody getting doxxed wasn't on my 2026 bingo card. Hold on, I'm gonna stand up to give them extra hay and kind of encourage Wooly to eat some. Buddy!
Hello, my little man. Hello. Hello.
Is there a reason you won't come out of your hiding? You're really worrying me.
Hello. Hello. Come.
You're worrying me, honey.
Not the dog.
Do you just not know that I gave you fresh hay a little bit ago? Were you too eepy to know? Use hay. Eat it. Please. You want it. You're running around. You want it. You want it. Oh my gosh. Okay, he's good. That woman down there. I would have the guinea pig cam on if I had it set up, and then also their cage spot clean. The thing is that I usually do at the end of the day. That's fixed. I think you'll get some hay. I think he's breathing heavy. He's a bit of a runny nose. I think later I need to get a damp washcloth and clean off his face a bit. I think he was just so tired earlier, he didn't register I gave them hay, so we just sat there and ate a ton of it. Yeah, okay. He's up and moving now. Oh, right, I was gonna change the line art on this, because that doesn't need to be like this. I want to listen to the FNAF music and I don't have it in my ears. Hold on. By the way, I have an OC I plan to redesign. I need your criticism and tips because the color thing might be helpful. Sure. You know, I'm not this applies to your character specifically, Firm, but I was kind of thinking of doing, because I've always thought of doing a redesigning your character stream where people send in their characters that I then give back with a redesign that maybe they, you know, could prefer. Oh, that sounds awesome. Would you guys be interested in that? Watching or submitting your characters, I don't care which. You know, I'm willing to try it once. The reason why I hadn't been wanting to try it was because I get really attached to the characters that I redesigned. So, you know. Not that I'm gonna steal your guys' character, I won't. Oh, I see the character you're talking about, Ferb. It's a lot of colors. Yeah, I'd be willing to do that. I just want to make sure that I'm doing it for the right people. Which sounds bad, but I don't want to put in a lot of work for a character that they're gonna be like, I didn't like anything you had to say, and then the work I did is pretty much just like a waste of time, except, you know, at least I get to do it have it in a video. I don't know. I've done it for Katie before, and there's been a few times where Katie wasn't like in love with my character decisions. But usually when that happens, Katie just gave me the character. But there's also been a lot of times where Katie has absolutely loved the redesign I did for her, so I don't know. I think I have some characters whose design I'm not sure about. Maybe I'll make a thing in the Discord server for it. I just think it'd be fun. And just a twist on my normal character redesign stuff. my shoulder. Alright, this is done. Trying to think of what my most obscure design was. I think that was that'd probably be Sweet Jubilee. Hers was pretty crazy. Not crazy, but hers had actually I can show you guys. Okay, this is the original character. These are like some of my favorite to get to redesign, like the really just goofy designs. And then I designed it into Sweet Jubilee. Doing a billion coats of white paint on a dino mask is not for the weak. It's for the furbs of the world. OMG gorgeous, thank you. Yeah, this is probably one of the most obscure ones I've done. Yeah, this was in 2024. I'm covered in paint. Each layer is taking forever to dry. Are you using acrylic paint? And are you doing thick or thin coats? I do thin coats so they dry fast. So it's more coats, but you know, at least you're not sitting there waiting for like an inch of paint to dry. I don't remember how I export this YCH, so it's gonna take me a minute. If anyone's ever... Yes, they're acrylic. I'm trying to make them thick, but not too thick, if that makes sense. That makes sense. Me when I draw my character, if you know what I mean. I'm zoning out. Stop. I draw things on a really big canvas, and Toy House doesn't allow really big files to be uploaded. Usually it's over, the maximum is, what, 4 megabytes? Yep. For images and stuff. So if you ever see me uploading something that I drew of your character and you want that drawing in its original size, not the smaller one, just message me and I can email one to you. I need to think, use my brain. Alright, my OBS is losing it. There we go. Let me know if that music is too loud. I gotta like change it between like different tracks, so sometimes my brain doesn't know. YouTube, Between Twins, videos, 2025 finished. And file. Okay, let me open. Okay, I did export them. I'm gonna BRB, I'll make some eggs. Ew! Oh, sorry, I just found that there's like a clump of like dust, like, ugh, like fuzzies on my neck. I did not like that sensation. I'm gonna go make an egg Sammy. You do that. I call them Sammys too. We're so cool. OMG. Doing the white base on an Indoraptor mask would probably be torture considering it's pitch black. I could never. You're painting them white so then you can like do more colors on top, right? Yeah, it makes it easier. Fair enough. Oh. Did anything just happen? Because it said I disconnected from the chat room and then reconnected. I was gonna say, if something happened, I saw it. Why does this look weird? Nothing happened on my end. Okay, OBS. OBS is being weird today. There we go. I'm so excited to get to the seriously YCH for you, Ferb. I think for every little one I have to do for you, I'm just gonna do a stream dedicated to it. To that specific YCH, since I gotta draw one for you anyway. So that'll be super fun. Okay, let me save this because I haven't saved yet. I'm so excited. I am excited that you're excited. Wooly, why are you into... Get in the hay box. Why are you not eating hay? Is the hay box getting too difficult for you to jump into, buddy? Come on, eat your hay. Come on. Your nose is getting a little too runny. Come on. I gotta figure out something with him. I'm excited to make meatloaf later. I know that sounds like kind of crazy, but I'm kind of excited. Okay, let me... I love scrolling through your toy house, seeing some characters and then just seeing Katie's art with them. Okay, Ferb, I'm uploading the files. I uploaded a still version right now. I'm getting together the moving one. Just waiting for the frames to load into the thing I use it for. Well, into the thing I use to make GIFs. Oh, Wooly! He went back to sleep instead of eating hay. I'm going to pick him up and put him in the hay box. If you hear me moving around, that's what it is. Come here, bud. You need to eat hay. I've never not. Really? Stay still. Come here. You're fine. Just come here. In the box.
I've put you in the hay box. I'll give you more hay. Just eat the hay. Eat the hay. Eat the hay. Oh, you got snot all over your nose. Stay in the hay box and eat the hay. Yes, we win these. He's eating hay. Oh, awesome. I think he was just being an old man and didn't want to jump into the hay box. It's not like a big jump. He just like he has to get into the box and he just wasn't having it. But I picked him up and put him in there. He didn't want to be picked up at first, but he gave in. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 44 minutes, and that took me this long to finish this first thing. That's ridiculous. I did the, like, first 3 ones I did in, like, 40 minutes. Crazy work. Oh shoot, I don't remember the pace of what I made this. Maybe it's just the normal, I don't know. That seems about right. Hold on, let me look at it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then we're gonna optimize. Just kidding. We're gonna... We're gonna resize. Oh. Oh, he jumped out. He's getting water. I hope he doesn't. I'm gonna need to make his a little smaller than what I normally do. Because I need to fit it in the toy house criteria. is always the fun part.
Alright. Save that, and then we're gonna do... $200, and then we'll save that. And then we will also go back, and we're gonna do crop. Alright, that's all of them. Let me upload these to Toy House.
Oh gosh dang it.
Toy House, stop being stupid. Just kidding, I'm stupid. Alright. Got one more. Alright, one more. Alright, that's all for... So, my plan was to keep streaming, and thank you, you're welcome, Ferb. my plan was to keep streaming and then do some Bileway stages for Katie. I'm thinking about ending stream here because Wooly is concerning me a bit, so I want to go ahead and I'm gonna go spot clean their cage and like see if I can't get a damp rag and help his little runny nose that he has, poor guy, and see if I can't make sure that he's doing okay. And then I don't think I'll have time before dinner to stream. I probably won't. So if I stream later, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. But I'm gonna end it here so that I can be a smart pet parent and help him. So I'm gonna do that. Thank you for sticking around. I'm just glad, Ferb, you got your your little Bileway siege. Now we can move on to the next ones. Alright guys, I'm ending stream here. Thanks for sticking around. I just realized my end card still doesn't have music. You know, let me fix that while I'm here. There you go. My end card is music now. Bye guys.